part 2 is to put your questions on and
Let's
then
do
set
it.
your answers.
Let's do it.
So there's a number of places, and we'll put links in, and you may know of some other ones too, that you can get questions. You can get it from the New York State site, old state exam questions, regentsprep.org. You can go to use ExamGem if you're a science or social studies teacher.
Old benchmarks. If you want some of the questions off of old benchmark exams, you could get those right from Curriculum Developer.
Basically, any PDF Word document that has questions or any internet site that will create different questions will work.
Anything that you can see on your screen that's a multiple choice question or the type of question you used, you're good to go. Because we're going to take a picture of it. So we're going to use regentsprep.org for this. Just because we thought we'd do something different than just using state exam questions. But anything you can get questions on, you can use. Okay? And if you have a great site that you think nobody else uses, post that into the discussion board under the sharing for the file and say, hey, this site is great for questions, and share it out with everybody. That would be awesome. So we found some multiple choice review questions on U.S. history and government. We've got a great question here on geography. How do we get this to be a smart response question? So the first thing is that the way that your screen looks right now is how it's going to look in Smart Notebook. So the more you make it larger in Smart Notebook, the more distorted it's going to get. So the advice here is to either zoom in on your PDF, Word document, wherever you are, or if you're just on your web, use your zoom over here and zoom in further. Make it larger first before you capture it.
This is a huge tip. And definitely on a PDF, you can click on it and adjust that view.
Yeah, because otherwise you're gonna kill your eyes trying to squint, and your kids for sure. So now that I'm happy with how this looks, we're gonna come back down to our notebook file. We're gonna get the best tool ever, which is the screen capture tool. It looks like a digital camera. So we're gonna click on this. Yours has one extra piece at the bottom that says capture to a new page. Do not check that box. You want to make sure that box underneath is unchecked, because we want the question number 1 to go right on question page 1 here. So once you're happy with that, when you come back up to your Internet Explorer where your question is, your camera tool is there for you, ready to go, which is the best part about it.
So wherever you go, if you open up a PDF or a Word document, your camera is there.
Which is so nice. So we're going to use this first one here, which allows us to click and drag a rectangle. And it's important that you click and drag and not just give a single click. A rectangle over the question. So I'm going to select this one, and you'll see it gives me crosshairs. Give yourself plenty of space. Don't be shy.
Don't take a picture of the question number, because we already have the question numbers on the Smart Response skeleton.
And that's a good tip, because sometimes you might want to bounce around or pick questions from here and there, and you don't want to have the numbers go out of order. That'll be confusing. So click and drag over the top.
This takes a little getting used to the camera, but you can always delete, and if you want to stop, just right click. Jackie taught me that.
Nice. Nice. I'm glad you remembered that one. So we're happy with that, how that looks. I'm going to let go. It saves my icknotes. It makes a noise, a ding, something. I click back in my Smart Response page, and there it is, question 1. And now, if you move it over a little bit, you can adjust the size here, smush it if you need to. Just be careful that you go proportional, because otherwise if you go out of proportion, it's going to elongate it or whatever. So.
And it's fine that it says 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of A, B, C, D, because they're right under on your clicker.
And now the region says 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of A, B, C, D. So you never know what it'll be next year.
All right, so we have question 1. Now we're just going to move down to question 2.
So we're going to go page 2, and then come back to here.
I'm going to just write down the answer. Okay, so our question 1. You might want to write down those answers on a separate piece of paper.
Okay. So, what are we guessing? New Orleans, the Mississippi River?
Just hit check your answer. Oh, you have to choose one.
Yeah, you have to choose
Okay.
one. I don't know. I'm going to check my answer. Don't judge. I was
2.
correct.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go to the next question. So, and you'll see the camera is still here. We didn't have to open up the camera again. It's still here. It's just hidden in my toolbar. It's good to go. Ready to select our next one. We click here and we click and drag over the top of our question. And again, don't short yourself. Make sure you give yourself a little bit of a buffer. And in our Smart Notebook file, we are good to go.
Okay.
So we go to page 3, and
And
we'll
do
do
the
one
same.
more. So we'll do one more with you. Best source of information, major mountain ranges, is an atlas.
Go for it.
Yeah, look at me go.
Okay.
Geography.
2 is number 3.
And doing the answer key, writing it down, the answers, is going to save you time in the long run. So Larissa's ahead of the game, always. Of course she is. She's always organized. So last one, question 3. I went to page 3 in Notebook, so I'm good. I'm happy with how it looks. I let go. And it's in my file for me. Okay.
Now definitely save this file as something different.
So we're going to go, and now you'll see the little asterisk here at the top. So we're going to go File, Save As, and we're going to call this Survivor Geography Review. Or,
And then you might want to
whatever you
save it in the folder for that unit.
Yeah, good call. Be organized. Don't just dump everything in the same place. So we'll save that. So we have one last step, which is the answer key.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were smart like Larissa was, the best way, easiest way to do this is to come here, make sure that you're on a page. It doesn't matter which page, but a page with a question on it.
Do you want to show this way first?
Sure, we can. And you can come over here to the response tab here, and under the properties, you can show the answer key and you can select the correct answer this way.
So 1 was 2. B.
Okay, and then there's no save button, so once you do that, you can hide again and you're good to go. So you can do this, arrow to each page and do that.
Okay.
Other way you can do it, best way to do it, is to come up to this bonus tab here, response, and choose set all answers. And you'll see it pulls them up here. And this
You
is
can
why
just
it's nice that you
flag
wrote
her.
them down, because you don't see the question, the content, because we copied it from a website. So 1 was B, 2 was,
C.
and 3 was, we didn't get an answer for that one. Let's say 3 was D.
And you do, if you want to go back out of this, you have to go all the way to the bottom and then say done.
And you can always come back and change those answers one by one if you needed to, or if you change a question. Under the response tab, under properties, you can always change the answer under the answer key.
All right, I think we're ready to play.
Well, let's save again, because we have the answers in there now.
And can you go back to the Pages tab?
Yeah.
Okay. And so this is exactly what you'll have for your assignment. The first page with the logo, your 10 or 15 questions with the answers
And a scoreboard.
selected and your scoreboard. And you're ready to play with your students.
Here we go. Your task, again, same idea. Cover page with the title. At least 10 questions. You can go to town, do more than that if you want, but at least 10, because it's going to take you a little while the first time. You know, as you get better with this, it'll take you less time. Hopefully 10 minutes or less to make a game. So,
And make sure you create that template, save it, and then you'll always have that. And then we'd love, hopefully you'll have time to try it out with your students, and we'd love to hear how it goes.
yeah,
if
so
they're into it.
definitely share out, you know, any good websites that you use for questions and how it went in your classroom or anything in the discussion board on Schooltown. All right, and if you have any questions, email us or click Ask a Question in Schooltown, and we will respond to you hopefully within less than a day. We're pretty good about monitoring these, so.
All
good
right,
luck.
have fun.
Yeah, see you soon.